Howdy folks, welcome to a stunning BC summer's day. This is the drive from Whistler back to West Vancouver. I just got myself this new DJI action cam and I mounted on top of the roof with a sucker, so I thought I will just capture this drive for you. This is the 3rd of August, Saturday the 3rd of August 2024, and about 6 o'clock in the evening, so it's fairly late afternoon already, but the drive is beautiful. It was such a stunning day, beautiful sunshine, a couple of tiny clouds in the sky. It was Connor's 18th birthday, so we headed out to Whistler for a fishing experience with guides, and I'll make another video about that, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah, quite a lot of traffic still coming into Whistler at this time of the evening. I'm not sure where everybody's going. I would have thought everybody's already where they're supposed to be by a Saturday evening. Although it is a long weekend, Monday is a public holiday. So I guess people are going away for the weekend, although it's still weird that it's Saturday. The traffic coming into Whistler was an absolute nightmare. I mean, we were, when we booked the whole thing, it was like an hour and a three-quarter, hour and a half, hour and a three-quarter drive to where we needed to be. And when we left, it took us 2 hours and 2 3/4 hours to actually get to Whistler, because the one problem with the Sea to Sky Highway is it's absolutely stunning. But yeah, if you want to head out on a beautiful sunny summer's day up the Sea to Sky Highway, either you need to be very chilled or you don't need to do it. You shouldn't do it. The problem is that if on a beautiful sunny day, half of Vancouver gets in their cars and drive up the Sea to Sky Highway, and there's a lot happening these days. I mean, Squamish is developing, Whistler is beautiful, Pemberton is getting a bunch of stuff, and then along the way between West Vancouver and Squamish, they're developing all of those new areas, that mine museum, and there's a lot of things happening on this road. So when it's a beautiful summer's day, everybody and his dogs heading out up this road, and it's a beautiful two-lane highway, so it's stunning, except for a couple of issues. So there's a couple of spots along this two-lane highway driving from Vancouver back to up to Whistler where it turns into a single lane, and that's where the problem hits, because you've got all of the traffic coming down this highway, and then people need to start zipping into a single lane, and it backs up for miles. I mean, there's, I think, mainly 2 or 3 choke points on that highway that literally, and just you move at the snail's pace. You know how people are when things start going wrong. I don't know. There were no accidents. Actually, Google said there were accidents on the road, but there was no accidents. There were no accidents. There was nothing like that. It's purely just those little choke points that created the backup. So yeah, if you want to do it, head out early, or don't go on a beautiful sunny Saturday on a long weekend. I guess that's the main advice. Pick another day if you can, or head out very early. Get in front of the traffic, or if you have to sit in the traffic, just take a chill pill and enjoy the scenery while you're sitting in the traffic. But anyway, I've got another clip showing the traffic. I'll show that off, and I've got another clip showing the fishing, so I'll show that off. It still is one of, it's a stunning drive. Especially over here, you're in the mountains and it's beautiful. You've got all the trees and you've got everything going on, but the little last bit there between Squamish and West Van, where you've got the ocean on the side, I mean, that's just stunning, really. And it's not that far. I mean, it's only, I think it's 113 or between 110 and 120 kilos from West Van to Whistler. And on a good day, it will take you just over an hour. But on a beautiful sunny day in traffic, you can sit there for 2.5 to 3 hours getting there. So, although the last little bit from Squamish onwards to Whistler is actually went a lot quicker. But yeah, one thing British Columbia, when they say beautiful British Columbia, they've got it right. I mean, this place is stunning in summer and in winter. It's just a different stunningness, I guess. And the beauty is that, as far as I understand, and I haven't done a lot of research on this so far, but a lot of the land around here is what's called crown land. So it belongs to the government. It belongs to the citizens of Canada. And you can go and make use of it. So you can go out there and go hike and camp. Well, camping, it's a little bit restricted, but you can go out there and you can go hike and you can get permits to go fish and you can do all kinds of things on crown land. You just have to get the right permits, obviously. But that is quite cool. I mean, the other day when we went to Cat Lake to go swimming, there's another video about it. It's linked up here in the top. But anyway, Cat Lake is crown land and they've got camping sites there. And just before we got to Cat Lake, there was actually like a place where there were like probably about 30 or 40 trucks and trailers standing there with their, when I say a truck, I mean a bakkie for the South Africans, with their little quad bike trailers and motorbike trailers and side-by-sides. The guys do all the trails there in the mountains with their off-road bikes and quad bikes and side-by-sides. Seems like a good big play area, and I heard that they do that a lot of places around here actually. And then there's also 4x4 trips. If you have a 4x4, you can just head out into the mountains in some of these areas in the crown land and go camp there. From what I've seen, I haven't actually, if somebody knows how, it would be absolutely amazing to let me know. I do read all of the comments, especially the first comments on a video. Sometimes the replies escape me because YouTube doesn't let me know if there's a reply on any of my comments. But yeah, so as far as I understand, you can get like that and camp and just go out there and drive around in the wild, which is quite cool, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, stunning drive on a stunning day. We're still heading into Squamish from Whistler. It's like, how far is Squamish away? Squamish is only about 56, 60 kilometers away from West Van, so from where we live. I mean, that's, if you could go highway speeds, which is 90 k's an hour, that's like a 40-minute drive. So that's, it's nice and close on a good day. On a bad day, that is 2-hour drive. That's the worst part of it, actually. The part from Squamish to Whistler is not so bad. It's more the part from West Van to Squamish where you have all of these little choke points on the highway that causes the whole thing to back up. But it's still worth it. Of course, if you have the day, it's amazing to just drive and stop at all the points because there's so many things: viewpoints, lakes, swimming lakes, falls. I mean, there's just so much to do on this highway, which I guess is one of the reasons why, look, there's a nice viewing point on the side there, which I guess is one of the reasons why this road gets so busy. The only negative though is they're making more and more fun things to do up this road, and I don't think there's a way to make it bigger, especially there on that section that's actually the problem between West Van and Squamish. The whole thing has been chopped out of the side of the mountain, and it doesn't look like, I mean, it'll be a huge upgrade to try and make the road wider and get more traffic down there. So I don't see that happening in a hurry. That's always the thing, you know. Development. Squamish is developing. There's actually a lot of people that live in Squamish and work in West Van or Vancouver or North Van that commute on a daily basis. Because Squamish is a beautiful little town and it's growing and it's a little bit cheaper than West Van, so a lot of people are moving out there, and there's a lot of stuff to do, whether it's rock climbing, swimming, you name it, fishing, hunting. There's a lot to do in Squamish, outdoorsy stuff, and people are moving there because it's cool. And then I guess a lot of people working in Whistler also live in Squamish because, you know, Whistler is apparently super expensive. Although I've heard, I don't know if any of you know, maybe you can enlighten me and give me more information if you do. I believe that in Whistler there are some houses and properties that it's got something to do with the council. So if you work in Whistler, you can buy that house. And they are still a lot cheaper than the other houses because there's some sort of rule that you can, if ever you sell the house, you can only sell it for a set amount more than what you bought it for. So in other words, the house is not allowed to increase in price the same as the surrounding properties. So I believe there are still some houses for like 300,000 or 400,000. That's what I've heard. He was like, I suppose it's a rumor. Oh, we had to go into Squamish to just go and get some fuel. But yeah, it'd be interesting to find out if anybody knows more about that, because hey, find myself a job in Whistler, then I can buy a house. That seems like a plan. The house can never appreciate in value though, but hey, suppose it's better than nothing. Anyway, so we had to go into Squamish to put some petrol in because, yeah, well, it is what it is. But it was quite cool because at that time when I needed to find a fuel pump, I didn't know, we had no reception on our phones, so we just turned into the town and we drove through this part of Squamish that we've never seen before, which was cool. Of course, there was a garage right on the main road. Anyway, that was it. I just cut out the part where we were sitting and putting in petrol, because I suppose that's no point in entertaining you with nothing happening. Check all of the cyclists. Well, that's still one thing that blows my mind in BC, and on that highway 99, the sea to sky. It's amazing the amount of cyclists on the actual highway. Here we're in town, so it's not a highway, this is cycle paths, but on the highway you've got cyclists. And I mean, in South Africa, you're not allowed to even go on the highway with a small 50cc bike, with a certain small engine bike, because it's just dangerous. Over here, dude with a bicycle and 10 saddlebags are on the highway paddling his way from West Vancouver to Squamish or to Whistler. Well, I suppose there's nowhere else for them to go, so the only road is the highway. Here we are, back on the highway. And next up is West Van. One of the things about Squamish are those white cliffs up there, and that's where you can go climb. Go check there in front. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Squamish is a very picturesque little town, and very, very outdoor orientated. I mean, it's just, if outdoor is your thing, then that's a cool place to be. Oh, I suppose the whole of British Columbia really is, but Squamish has made a name for itself around that. Mountain biking paths and fishing and boating and you name it. Lots of stuff going on. Those are huge cliffs. I know it looks small on the video, but they are huge. One day we'll see. There's also bungee jumping up here in front somewhere. I haven't done more research, but I just saw a sign when we drove past there on the way in. Squamish bungee jumping or Whistler bungee jumping. I need to go and research it. And that is what my daughter wants to do for her upcoming birthday. Angelique turns 17 on the 15th of October, and she really wants to go and do bungee jumping for her birthday. Mom said she's sitting out on that one, and I'm not sure on Connor yet, but it appears me and Angelique are going to be doing some bungee jumping. So that's going to be interesting. All right, this is Squamish. Look at the cliffs up there in front. That's also where Angel Falls is, just around the one side there, I think. A lot of people do climbing up those cliffs, rock climbing, with and without ropes. I don't think I'm there yet, but I have been trying to do more outdoorsy stuff recently. I mean, I actually thoroughly enjoyed going for that swim at Cat Lake with Dries. It's just out in nature, which is nice. I mean, the whole point, I mean, let's face it, summer in Vancouver or in this area is pretty much only about 8 weeks. You've got 8 weeks of sunshine and the ability to do stuff, and after that it's going back to cold. All the hot warm weather is over, so you got to make use of it. And we've actually got quite a full schedule because this was Connor's birthday, so we did the fishing trip for Connor's birthday. Then next up we have our hunting licenses and gun licenses, so that's the whole weekend. Next weekend, both me and Connor, well, it's a whole Saturday and Sunday. You got to go there and learn about weapon safety and hunting and what you're allowed to hunt and where and all of that stuff. So that's next weekend sorted out. And then the weekend after that, there's Belinda's 50th birthday. Hey, time is ticking forward, right? My beautiful wife is turning 50 already, although she still looks like she should be 40, but anyway. So yeah, then it's Belinda's 50th birthday, and we've got some friends over from Atlanta that's coming to visit us. We haven't seen them in a long time, which is really cool. We might actually probably be heading up to Whistler again during that time to go and do something. I've been thinking about what to do. Shall we just go and do a massage, or Belinda's definitely not going to want to go fishing, I'm pretty sure of that. But yeah, so then it's Belinda's birthday, and then we might be thinking after that, I'm not sure what the date is. There's actually still the big Netvleis Boerefees up in Dawson's Creek, which is quite a long drive, but I'm keen on going. I think that would be fun. Just drive up there all the way and go and check it out. It's a great drive, and it's a whole bunch of South Africans getting together on the farm there, Netvleis Farm, and it's braais and all kinds of stuff going down. It's like it's really awesome. Seems like it could be a fun thing to do. And also, I mean, Dawson's Creek, I watched the show when we were youngsters, Dawson's Creek, and we can go to Dawson's Creek, really. Anyway, so yeah, that's somewhere, I think it's towards the end of August, so it might be the weekend after that. And then we also have, we still want to go on like a men weekend with Brahm. Brahm's got a couple of guys, and we were thinking of just a couple of blokes going out somewhere, either to Vancouver Island or, I don't know, just get away for the weekend and relax a little bit. And then there's the Potjiekos thing coming up in November in Kamloops, that side, Vernon. So yeah, lots of stuff that still needs to happen this summer. I'm actually going to sit down when I'm done with this video to just work through everything and figure out which weekends we're available. We don't have much left. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's look at the beautiful, beautiful drive. The forests and everything. It's like, it just feels like you're connecting with nature more, right? Very soon we're going to start coming up on those, on the ocean on the right. Oh, there you can start seeing it already. Look at that. Look at that view. Yeah. Life's good if you can take drives like this and experience things and stop along the road and do stuff. We didn't stop along the road here because, we just had like 3 hours on the lake fishing trip, and we just wanted to get home. Weirdly enough, wasn't much traffic going back. It was actually fairly smooth, although, it's not no traffic, as you can see. And you've got the, wow, you've got the ocean on the right and the cliffs on the left. Stunning drive. Not Chapman's Peak just yet, but, beautiful in its own way. The drive is also quite cool in winter. Obviously, then you need winter tires for big parts of it. And they actually, I think I saw some signs that said you need to chain up in certain areas if there's snow. So yeah, a completely different beast, I think. I don't think there's that much traffic going up this road in winter. I would actually like to just get in the car and just drive for like up the whole British Columbia to the top. I don't think there will be time this summer, but I think next summer I'm going to take a week off and do that, because that, I'm sure there's just so much more to see up BC. It's a damn long drive because BC is huge. I mean, what's it, from the bottom of BC to the top of BC? There's a place called Lower Post at the top of BC, and I think that's like 2,000 kilometers, a 2,000 kilometer drive. So I mean, that's they say it's a 22-hour drive, but I mean, geez, no, that's you know, so it's probably about a week's travel to go up there and come back. Probably need 2 weeks really, because if you want to stop along the way and see all the sights and enjoy the beauty of BC, then I suppose that's what you're going to need. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. I definitely want to plan that for next year. See, there's a little bit of traffic also with this single lane road turning into single lane, but I suppose it is what it is, right? Yeah, even the drive to Dawson's Creek, and that's like 1,300 kilometers, and it's a 12.5 to 13-hour drive if you drive constantly, which obviously nobody can, because you're going to have to stop for fuel and to rest and to eat and all of those things. And it's also a stunning drive, so I guess even that we will need to make it at least like a 2-day drive. We'll see. It's all in the planning. It's all there. We're going to get it done. Oh, this is the beautiful part of this road. One of the most stunning parts. Check at this. You've got the ocean there with the islands. That's just stunning. Yeah, what's it called? Howe Sound. Howe, Howe Sound on the right there. And then you've got the islands. You've got Anvil Island, Gambia Island. There's just a bunch of little islands there also. Boyer Island. Yeah, I'm not actually sure which ones are which ones. We're moving a little bit too fast for me to identify that, but yeah. And it is a great drive. Check all the parkings on the left here. We just passed one, and that's just like hiking sites. People stop there and hike. All along this road, there's like these little things. There's actually a couple of cars that I was wondering about. These guys stopped on the, literally just looks like a forest road or a fire road. It's not a parking lot on the side of the road, and then they just park their cars there and they hike off into the bushes. That was a little bit weird, I'll be honest. All right, here we are coming into Lions Bay. Lions Bay is a very nice area. When we arrived here in 2021, Lions Bay was still a little bit cheaper. You could get cheaper rent and cheaper houses there. But we were worried that the school would be too far a drive to get the kids to school and stuff like that, and should have actually just done it. It's such a beautiful scenic place. Now we're close to Vancouver. On the right there in front, that's Bowen Island. It's you know, the ferries are just on the right here in front, and we're coming up on Horseshoe Bay very soon. It's amazing to have this absolute beauty and this absolute nature so close to home, really, right? So close to where you live. You can just head out and go and enjoy it, and there's just so much to enjoy on a beautiful summer's day. When it's cold and rainy, it's not that cool always, but I suppose you can't have the one without the other, right? If it's not rainy and cold enough, then we probably wouldn't have the nature that we do, I suppose. Anyway, it was actually a really nice drive on the way back. Belinda was driving because of I lost my glasses on the fishing trip, obviously, so she did. Belinda and the kids felt that without my glasses, I shouldn't be driving, although I can see well enough to drive. It's just mainly for computer, and I suppose it's not 20/20 sight, so why take risks? Belinda's eyesight's better. It's all these things that start happening when you get older, right? You just kind of have to deal with it. The days where I could see, like, you know, I had these sharp eyesight and everything. Well, let's not think about that. All right, we are getting close to home now. We're going to turn the corner at Horseshoe Bay. Right on the right, here's Horseshoe Bay already, I think. We're going to turn the corner and head up next to West Vancouver, coming in sight very shortly. It's like West Van in this area, it is a really nice place to live. I mean, you've got the beautiful views, Horseshoe Bay itself. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Although you've got Horseshoe Bay on the inside and then you've got the Horseshoe Bay on the outside. I saw some delivered books there once to a guy's house. Now that's awesome. He's on the other side of the mountain there at Horseshoe Bay, facing the Bowen Island, and he's overlooking the ocean, and nice. Maybe one day. All right, so coming into West Vancouver, we'll start seeing some of the West Van off-ramps. And this is now what? We left there at 6 o'clock. This is probably about 7:30 in the evening. Check how sunny it is still. I mean, the day is still far from over. The long summer days, almost like the Cape Town long summer days. Those are cool though. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's stunning. It's awesome to live here. Anyway, I just want to also say thank you to all of you that's been watching this video and watched it all the way through. I really appreciate it. It always helps the channel if you watch the videos and get me some extra airtime or playtime. It's so awesome. And I hope that you enjoy these. I will be posting a few more of it now that I have this camera that I can stick on the roof and that doesn't catch the reflection and the glare in the window. Still see how that works when it's snowy and wet, because I suppose it's just going to make the whole camera's lens dirty, but we'll see. And if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please do. It also helps a lot if you are subscribed to the channel. And we are almost coming up on our off-ramp over here, I think. Here we go. Off-ramp number 11, heading down Cross Creek. And this is it. Almost the end of the journey. This is going past the kids' school. You've got West Van Secondary up in front on the right here. And all in all, it was a good day out. Had a couple of mishaps and a bit of traffic, but at the end of the day, I think we all enjoyed it. It was fun, and I hope you enjoyed the journey with me. All right, folks, you all have a good one. Cheers.